Hello, stampers and crafters. This is Kevon from ktstamps.com, creating cards for you. And last week, my knee has just been killing me. As you may know, I had a knee replacement. Well, it's called a revision. And I have about a 2-inch rod in both my femur and my tibia. So sometimes that really bothers me. And last week, it really bothered me that I had a really hard time standing up. So from last week to this week, it is Throw the Dice Thursday. So now I tried, as you all know, I try to get the to do exactly what the dice say, but sometimes I don't do a very good job of it. But this time was thanks, regal colors, embellishments, clean and simple, and blending. So you guys, I did my best. I really did my best. So this is our first card. And hopefully you can see the sparkle. Yeah, that's on the butterfly. So I did a little bit of blending up here. This is Calypso Coral. It's all done with the basic white or basic, white. And I just did the best that I could. I added some. These are done with the blending. Oh my goodness, why am I forgetting all of this? With the Stampin' Blends, and in here, this is done with the markers. So I'm going to teach you how to do that. So a couple of things. On the back side, which you can see the embossed side, that is the Zinnia 3D. Let's see if I can show you what it looks like. There you go. So you really want it to be this direction. So all the flowers are going the right way. And this is part of our online store that we have. I'll also be using, these are the older ones, but some of our rhinestone jewels, basic jewels. I will be using, again, some of our cherry cobbler stamp, and that's going to do the blending. I'll be doing a blending brush with that, and this is a mini one. Everything on all the cards with the sentiments have been done with the stylish shapes, and it is this shape right here that I did, and that will be on both designs that I did. All right, and then we have our beautiful, beautiful, beautiful butterflies. And then our flowers. And that is done with the Spotlight on Nature. Love this. Love the dies. So I used this is a little bit smaller, but I used the third one on the bigger set that starts with a little bit of flowers on the outside. So that's what I used to make the circle. And then I stamped the butterfly in the circle, but I stamped it closer to the left side. And it is done in Memento ink. And then this is done in Memento ink. And like I said, on the inside, these are done with the markers on the stamp. All right. So let me see, sentiment. Both sentiments I use So Thankful for You, and that is done on So Sincere. All right, love these stamps. I think these are absolutely fun, 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 fun stamps. All right, so let me make sure that I have everything that I'm bringing out. I'm going to keep the card here so you can see the card. I have the sentiment. I have this, and I think I'm going to try playing with, no, I'm going to go with this side. Okay, so again, all the measurements are on the blog, so please go to www.ktstamps.com and you can find all the measurements that I used today in my cards. They're very, very, very basic, so you will not have to go very far. And if you understand card making, and when you see something like this, you probably pretty automatically know exactly what we're doing. All right, so our first thing that we're going to bring in is that I'm going to bring in my silicone pad. Let me make sure. No, before I do that, let's show you a technique. Now I have to make sure. Got this. So we are going to stamp in Old Olive, Cherry Cobbler, and Cajun Craze. And I don't know why I'm in Cajun Craze, but I really am in Cajun Craze. Hold on just a minute. I'm going to change this out. Having a hard time finding Calypso coral. Do not know why. But anyway, coming back as fast as I can with my knee. So anyway, whew, that took a while. So I got Calypso coral. So we are not using Cajun Craze. We're using Calypso coral for this. So the first thing that you're going to do is that you're going to take the flare marker. Again, this is Cherry Cobbler. And all we're going to do is lay your brush sideways. And you are just going to color in, okay, all your stamps. You want to make sure that you get everything. So sometimes you may have to change how you're holding the brush to get it all. All right, and then I'm doing the big one. In Cherry Cobbler, and I think I'm going to add a little bit of, let me make sure, I'm going to add a little bit of my Calypso coral in this one. So again, you have a boulder line and a fine line. Go with the boulder line. And we are just turning this around to make sure that we get all the lines covered in ink. And then we're doing this small little flower in the Calypso coral. Then we're going to bring in, and this is a way, way, way old brush, we're going to bring in our Old Olive. I think this is Old Olive. Yep, our Old Olive. And we are just going to color it all the way down. And this is going to take a second for you to do this. It is just an old technique that you can color with your So anyway, we're back. We're back. I don't know why it is freezing, but it's telling me that my connection right now to my internet is not very good. Okay. Sometimes this drives me crazy when this happens. All right, but we're back. All right, so everything's colored in with our markers. Then we're going to huff on it. So you're going to hear me. And that is adding moisture to the stamps. And when you huff, it just adds the moisture, and then you immediately take it down to your paper. Now you can see that this is a little more like the Calypso coral. Okay, and you can see the two different colors up here. So that's what we do on the inside. So it is nice. I then left nothing on the top so I had enough room to write. Because usually when you are saying thank you to somebody, you are saying thank you to them. And it's usually going to take up a little bit of space. Well, anyway, mine are when I thank somebody. All right, again, Calypso coral. We're putting this on the front. It is our first layer. Our second layer is the embossing folder, and I am just going to bring in a piece of paper. We're going to grab the cherry cobbler, dot it, really use it on the side, and then all we're doing is going after the center of the flowers. So anytime there's center of flowers, we're just adding ink to it. And that's how we're just getting some color on the background. And you see that I didn't even add any more because I wanted any more ink because I just really wanted it to be light. All right, so that's what I did as far as my, blending goes. So from here, I'm going to bring in I just call it my Tombow glue, and it is the liquid glue. And all I'm doing is adding just a little bit all over it. Again, you don't have to add too much. Isn't this cute? Halloween's coming up. And from here, all I'm going to do is center it and then put it down. So we have that ready. Then we are going to bring in our butterfly, and we are going to add our Stampin' blends. Again, I have the combo of cherry cobbler, Calypso coral, and old olive. So that's what we have. We are going to start with our dark Calypso coral, and we're just going to add some outlines. And we're just outlining the outside. So that's going to be the first thing. And then we are bringing back in just our light color, and we are just adding some color at the end of their wings. Now, I know this is not what a butterfly looks like. I just wanted to make sure that we got a chance just to have a different look at all the regal colors. And these are some of my favorites. Okay, and again, you don't have to make that really dark. From here now, I am bringing back in my dark, and I'm just outlining everything. And I'm taking the lines, and all I'm doing is outlining the lines. And wherever there's a little, like these black lines right here, that's where I add the darker colors to. So over here I did the sides, and then I do the inside, and then I do over here at the side, and I go. So this is it. You'll see, I missed this one. Missed that one. So there you go. And you should be able to see a light and a dark. Let's get it up here a little bit closer. And that's how I'm doing the coloring. So now the next thing we're going to do is take our Old Olive. And on these they have thin and thick. I'm just going with the thin. And again, I'm doing the exact same thing. I'm going to go ahead and outline around it. And yes, you're going to see that the green may go over top of the Calypso coral. For me, that's okay. And it's not going to go down all the way because I want to make sure that down at the bottom I also get some of my cherry cobbler. And again, all I'm doing is coloring within the lines. And then I'm going to go back and I'm going to outline the lines with my dark. And it looks like you just spend a lot of time on this, and really it's just so easy to do, especially for those of us who may feel like we are not very good color coordinators, or if we feel that we don't know exactly how to use the blends well. That's just an easy way to use them. And then my last, then I'm going to take the darker and just color in the body. And it's all going to be with the dark. And there you go. There is my butterfly. I did add a little bit of the light, but you can't see it very well. So I just went with the darker parts. So now I'm going to color it with some Wink of Stella in just a minute. But I am taking, and you know you do a good job when you can see the back. I am taking my, let's see if I have any big ones in here. Yeah. I was going to take dimensionals, but now I am just taking my foam adhesive sheets that I cut, and I'm just putting those on the back. And as you can see, I stamp towards the left. Now I want to bring this in a little bit to see. There you go. And all I'm going to do is add a piece of this to make sure that we're not covering over the butterfly, and I need to adjust it just a little bit. And we want to make sure that it isn't off the card. We want to make sure that it's like right in the middle. I am let's just do this. I am then going to take another foam adhesive. I use dimensionals on the other one. Stick it on the back. And now we're going to take all three of them off. And then we're going to pop that up towards the lower half of the card. And then we're just going to stick it down. And then we really need to give that butterfly some color. We're taking our Wink of Stella, and we are going to outline the Wink of Stella. And it is just going to give the butterfly some shine. And I really like this. And it also, because it picks up the color, it can bring some of the colors, mix the colors together. So it just looks nice and beautiful. Look at that, with a great shine to it. All right, so we have that. If you want to add some Stella on the inside, please feel free to do so. Now we need to bring in our, and again, I'm trying to use these up because I bought so many before they retired many years ago. And so I am just trying to use them, but just know that they are our same little jewels that we have. There you go. And there we go. That is it for our first card down. Absolutely. I just love it. If some of you wanted to, you could add some of the Stella in here. If you're a glitter girl like me, I may go back and have to do something like that. Then go ahead and add them. It really makes a card shine. So that's our first one. Woohoo! One down, one more to go. So the next one, and I'm really sorry, I got the idea from somebody online, and I am so sorry, I can't remember who this card was from. And this is the Color and Contour. I used this small little die on the inside, and then I stamped and I cut the flower out with that. Again, I used the Stylish Shapes for this and the So Sincere for the saying. So that's what we got down below there. Then all of this is the Moody Mauve, so I didn't really stay with the Regals, but I had to. It's a regal color to me. I also used the Pebble Path. I did a couple of the iridescent pearls, and then I also used the Adhesive Sparkle Gems, and those are silver, black, and gold. Love them. On the dies that we have in the back, I used the Distress Tile 3D embossing folder. And then I sprayed everything with the Stella and some alcohol. So that's what I did to give it its shine. Oh man, you can't even see the shine. Oh, there's a little bit at the bottom. Oh, there's some right over here at the sides. But that's what I did. I had to add some color to that. So here we go with this. So I have my bottom layer. And I didn't think I did anything on the inside yet. Oh, wow. I still have a couple more. Hold on a minute. I got it. My blocks are together. And I'm also using the flowers on the inside. And I will take those out. And what I did with those is that I put a mark at the top so I knew which one was at the top. So those will come as soon as I am done with the middle. And I'm going to stamp off on this. So now let me bring in a piece of cardstock. I have so many things around here. Oh my God! I know that I have another let's bring this back in. All right, so we've stamped. This is with Memento ink. So we stamped and die cut this. And now inside, there's this weird looking thing, and that fits right here inside these flowers. So I'm going to take that. Try it one more time. I gotta get that one in the middle. There we go. And now I'm just going to lay this down. And I got a lighter one, and that's exactly what I wanted. I really did want to have a lighter color. So now I'm going to pull this off. And I am going to get my dark. And I'm going to take the inside of my card, and I'm going to stamp off down in the bottom. And I know that my top is there because I can see it. And we're just going to, I'm going to do it this way. I got some ink over here that I don't want coming onto my stamp. So then I've taken that off, and now I have, oops, this one that I'm putting on, and it's going to get full strength. And I know that it went to the side. And that's just going to cover that up. All right, so we have that done. So that worked out. Now we have everything done with our Moody Mauve. And now we are going to take our Pebble Path there we go. And so we just have some little dots there that I just really wanted to bring them in, so it looked like we have some drops on the sides, and you can't see them over on the other side. I hope I made them bigger this time. All right, and I did such a good job that I did it on the wrong one, on both of them. So we're going to have to do those over again. Sometimes it happens to the best of us. All right, so you know what we're doing. Whoop, whoop. All right, so let's start all over again. Let's bring in my silicone pad, and we will take the Moody Mauve, and it goes on the outside. There we go, and we have one more Moody Mauve on the inside. Come on, baby. All right, and we're putting it on the inside. And thank goodness I didn't bring it over to the side as much as I really wanted to. All right, so now on the inside, we are going to take our flower again. And this time I will be smarter about where I ink up at. Straight down, straight up. All right, so you stamp off of that one. Then we'll take that off. will take this and we will full strength there we go. So this one we are doing the friend adhesive. So in case your friends would like to take it off and recycle it, so they can give it away to another friend. And isn't that wonderful? We have this on the other side. Wow. I am with it today. There's nothing on the other side. So this goes on the inside. So we have our inserts already. So you can write on that. All right, now for the outside. I hope I'm not losing anything. Woo! All right, here we go. There we go. So we have our little sprays of happiness right there. So now from here, this is my die cut with my distress tile. So I'm just going to take my glue and let's get this all out of the way. Bring this in. And we are just going to add some glue on. Both of these. Again, you don't need much. And then we are going to put one down at the bottom and the other one up towards the top. And then we are bringing in our beautiful, beautiful, beautiful color contour flower, and we are going to put some dimensions on it. So some of these I've cut. I may have to cut it some more. Some of these are, I cut the side here. So we could just get a nice fine layer. And you can just see a little bit right here. I'll cut that. And then I have a couple of these that I just want to put right here. At the side. They're just enough to fit them in. And I think I want to put one more up there in the center. Okay. So that's what we have. So now we're just going to take this off. And this is, And I'm really sorry. We are trying to reconnect again. The connection is not very good. I'm just hoping I can get through. And then I am taking this and just putting this on top of both. And then I am going to put one dimensional. I'm going to take my glue and put some glue right here in the middle. I am going to adhere this tipping down. So hopefully it connects right there. Get everything out of the way, and it keeps telling me that it's not connecting and that I need to finish. So I'm going to try to do this as fast as possible. Before I do that, I am going to take I'm shaking my spray to mix it up. Come on, baby, before it goes away. And I'm trying to get through. All right, so I've sprayed this. Take this out of the way. I am going to get my adhesive as fast as I can. Adhere my card. Again, I'm really sorry about that. And the last thing I have to do if I go away is just put on my gems and my jewels. So with this, I'm taking the medium size. I'm putting one in the corner and one in the other corner. And then I'm taking my pearls and I am putting my small pearls, oh, come on, babies, right at the bottom of the flowers. And ta-da! Before we get cut off from our connection. This is the last card. I stamped off on this card, and then I just left it regular, and you can see which one you like and make the decision on how you would like to create your cards. So these are the cards that I made this week. And I love them. I think they're just really fun. They're really they're ready for you to create. You can copy these as much as you want. Now, last thing we have to do, and this is going to be really quick. Next time, it's going to be over the top sympathy, paper piercing, and neutrals. Thank you guys. Take care. Before I go away, sorry about my screen's freezing. Again, my name is Kevon. I'm at KTStamps.com creating cards for you. Love ya. Bye-bye, babies.